Hi, boom, look at Umar, back again with another video. As you can see with the title, you know what today's video is about. This is my brand new podcast called The Likkle Perspective, featuring no other than Akhmed Yakoob.
Thank you very much for having me, man.
It's a
You're a
blessing.
good kid, alhamdulillah.
So the main thing we're here to hear, what are we here to hear?
Remember, there's a defense for every
offense.
offense.
Yeah, we'll start off with the questions straight away. So obviously, I think everyone needs to know this. Where did you get your slogan from?
Most things in my life, I've just done them, and if I like something, the slogan, if I like something, I carry on. The slogan is basically a video that I made, and at the end of the two slogans I used in that video. If you can go back to one of my old videos, it's the one that we're in a ground shooting. And I said, the first phrase was something like, "If in doubt, you're coming out." And the second one was this, defense for every offense. And I said them both in the same video. And I listened back to the video, and I thought it sounded a bit catchy.
Yeah, that's the
So
one.
I kept it. I'm going to be looking at you and not there.
So what inspired you to become a lawyer?
A couple of things, but the main inspiration for me to become a lawyer was that one of my close friends was involved in a case, very serious case, attempted murder.
How old was you like at the time?
16.
16, no way.
Yeah, 16.
So you must have still like been in school or something? Or?
Just finished school.
No way.
First year finishing school. This is what I say to kids, your life can change in a matter of seconds. Regardless of whether my friend was guilty or not guilty, regardless of how the justice system treated him, if he wasn't in that place at the time, he wouldn't have got involved in what happened.
So that's why like motivated you to become a lawyer.
Yeah, this, and I say this to kids as well. You don't know when your life can change. His life changed. He made a decision which you should have done that day. So your life can change at any moment. So when you're doing something, try to, think about it. Think about it. We've got a brain. When somebody's telling you something, listen twice and speak once. We've got 2 ears. We've got one mouth. Listen twice, speak once, measure twice, cut once.
So what makes your firm stand out from the others?
First of all, the presence that we've got, the social media presence, that's one thing. Put that to the side. Let's park that up.
Park that over the side.
Park that up to the side. 2 years ago, I never had no social media. My son was Solicitor. If you look at the page, we started off to end of 2020. So in 2-3 years, I've grown my social media presence. And I think I'm doing quite well. I love it.
Martial-wise, you're doing pretty well.
But the main thing is, I post my results. So results speak for themselves. I was a very busy practice. You don't need to just ask me, you can check the history. I was a very busy practice before social media. And why is that? Why was I busy? Why are other people busy? Let me tell you why. Because I go out my way, I go the extra mile when it comes to my cases. And I treat my clients like my family. And sometimes I picture myself in their shoes, or I picture a family member in their shoes, and I think, how would they feel? At the end of the day, clients are humans. I look after all my clients, and that's why I've got a reputation. Now I'm just about maintaining that reputation. That's why we're the best firm in the UK.
Alhamdulillah. UK, you heard it here, guys.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, that's generally how it should be in any field of work, to be honest.
If you do something, you gotta do the best.
You should treat your clients in the same way.
Of course, you treat clients well, they'll come back to you. I'm not saying people should carry on committing offences. My clients, I probably meet them once and then I don't meet them again, because usually people learn their lesson after either they've gone to prison or after even they've been found not guilty on a big case where they're looking at potential 20-25 years. And that people do learn their lessons.
Yeah, like that. You were just saying like 20-25 years. Like I seen a video you posted on TikTok the other day. You're saying that a guy could have got 20 years for
conspiracy to murder.
No, it wasn't that. It was the importation.
200 kilos.
Yeah, 200 kilos. How did he get not guilty of that? Could you just walk us through that? Or?
He was innocent.
He was innocent.
He's an innocent guy.
Yeah.
And
that's a stupid question. I believe not.
So he was an innocent guy, and we just explained or had a reasonable explanation to everything that the prosecution gave to us. And that reasonable explanation, fortunately, was believed by the jury. It's the jury who got him not guilty, not me. The jury said not guilty.
You just presented it to the
We
jury.
just presented the case in a different light that the prosecution was saying. And our version of events, succeeded, and they were believed in court, and he got found not guilty. That's That's basically what it was.
So, would you say you've won more cases than you've lost, or like is it even ratio?
I always win.
Always win.
Even when I lose, I win.
That's the motto. That's the motto, lads. But even when you lost, would you could you tell us like why?
No, you do lose. Everyone loses. I'm joking. But the thing is, sometimes the evidence is so overwhelming. Things are black and white. People expect me to do miracles, to do magic. I said this before. I'm not a magician. I'm a legal tactician.
Legal tactician.
So sometimes the evidence is overwhelming against clients, and I tell them how it is. I say, look, why don't we plead guilty?
Yeah, that makes
and get a good deal, get a good sentence.
Yeah.
Now the thing is, some people listen to me and some people don't. Those who listen to me get better results. Those who don't listen to me, the results are better.
So everything shows either way.
Everything shows either way. Alhamdulillah. Regardless of what happens, guilty or not guilty, I won't leave no stone unturned in preparing the cases, so they know. Everyone knows. Nobody can doubt me. Alhamdulillah, whoever I've dealt with in terms of my work relationship, my clients, they can't fault me. Okay, the only thing they probably can fault me is seeing me or speaking to me on the phone. Because I'm a busy guy, you can't expect me to answer 10 phone calls at the same time. It's just humanly impossible. And you can't expect me to be in 10 places at one time. It's humanly impossible, physically impossible. I can't do it. That's why I've trained people to be there. And they relay all the information back to me anyway, so why do people need to see me all the time? Some people are now becoming fans and they just want to see me, but if you just want to see me, if it's like that, I swear, just come down to the office, we can have a quick chat and you can go, we can have a picture, I don't know if you'll buy a coffee and that, because I don't have time. I'm not
a bit too personal.
I'm not, if you come here, I will be hospitable. I'm a very hospitable person, I'm a welcoming person, but the thing is, sometimes I'm busy, I'm very busy. Like, look at you 11 o'clock was first, wasn't it? Then you said 12, then I got busy, and we ended, this is now is what? Half four, quarter to 5. So I'm very big. I'm really punctual. Normally, I'm very punctual, and I actually advocate that to my staff. You have to be punctual. That's why I feel very bad for being late. But me and I actually just alhamdulillah.
So, for those who are not aware, could you tell us the difference between a solicitor, a lawyer, and a barrister? And obviously, which one are you?
Good question. I get asked that quite a lot in my comments, so I can't reply to it. So you will watch this now. So a solicitor and a lawyer are exactly the same thing. A lawyer is like an American word for the same thing.
So they're both the same?
Yeah.
Solicitor and lawyer?
In America, a lawyer, they're called barristers lawyers and they're called solicitors lawyers. In the United Kingdom, solicitors are solicitors. And then you have barristers. Barristers are mainly people who advocate in court, but solicitors can go and advocate in court as well at the same time. So a solicitor can do both things, but barrister can only do one thing.
So it's better to be a solicitor, basically?
That's what I would say, yeah. Because if you have the initial contact with the client, so the client will call us out, Morrison solicitors, for example, at the police station, and then we move forward. The police station is the most important part of a criminal investigation. Most important, the first and the most important part. That can make or break your case, trust me, police station.
So why would that be?
Because if you say something silly, you're stuck with it, it's on tape. It's on tape.
So it all depends on your station.
So it all depends on what you say or what you don't say.
Yeah.
What you don't say as well, there could be something that you can say, you could walk out of the police station, no further action. Sometimes remaining silent is not the best thing to do. No. Having legal representation is the best thing to do at the police station. Because the legal representation is someone who's qualified and someone who's going to help you out. That's what their job is, make use of it. At the police station, it's free and independent legal advice. So if you call someone, it's free, the government pay for it. So call a solicitor at the police station. It doesn't have to be me. Call anyone out,
On to the next question. Do you do any pro bono work?
Yeah, sometimes I do. I have done in the past. Now I'm so busy that it's getting very difficult to do pro bono work. But I have done in the past. Yeah, I've done appeals for people in the past for free and stuff like that.
So in the future, is there a possibility you could ever see yourself as a judge, or would you like to remain as you are now?
See, that's a good question. These questions you're asking me, no one's ever asked me. These are good questions. You've done some research. Well done. A judge, yeah, I might do.
Like, there's a possibility?
There's a possibility, yeah. There's a possibility.
Like how long, the time frame?
Well, you have to be practicing for 10 years in order to make the application.
So you have to be like an actual solicitor for at least
for 10 years, yes, 10 years. Yeah. So my 10 years, 2024 is going to be up.
So you've been here for like 9 years now?
No, not here. I've had this place for just over 5 years. I've been in the game for over almost 9 years.
That's crazy, you know.
10 years almost now.
So would you say like for now you continue to be a solicitor, then like build your way up, or like?
Yeah, I mean, it's not about building your way up. After 10 years, I can make an application to become a judge and do a few exams and be a judge.
Could you like walk us through like how you built yourself up, just so like anyone watching like you're inspiring? Could you like show me like story from where you started and like how you got to where you are now?
Oh, started. I mean, what I do say is I did work hard work, man. That's how I'm here. But I grew up in Aston, very bar. I had friends who were criminals. I've got friends who have died by getting shot, by getting killed. I've got friends who are in prison doing life for murder. So I grew up with all of that stuff around me, and I managed to get out of that mindset, and I managed to be on the other side.
See a plus side.
See a plus side. So I made use of what I was around, and I used that to my advantage. Unfortunately, some people use what's around them to a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Well, they don't use it. They let it be a disadvantage. They let what's around them be a disadvantage. I made what's around me an advantage and made it benefit me.
Yeah.
That's why I got where I am. Alhamdulillah. It's just you have to have faith in the Lord, innit? You have to have faith in the Lord. If the Lord's with you, then anything's possible.
Yeah, 100%.
And you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable for a number of years.
Have to get
So
comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yeah, you have to get comfortable with getting uncomfortable. You have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable for years. You finally get there, and then you can chill. Then you can be comfortable after that.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable now, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
But I had a lot of uncomfortable years.
Hard work and dedication has to get you there.
It's repetitive. It's discipline, dedication, and discipline more than motivation. Dedication is motivation will only keep you going for a number of weeks, a number of months, a number of years. But discipline and dedication, if you have that, then it becomes a daily routine, and then you don't, go away from your daily routine. That's what's discipline, and you have to be disciplined in any area of law, in any area of life. Sorry, you have to be disciplined. If you're not disciplined, you're not getting nowhere in life. Trust me.
So on to the next question. As a Pakistani Muslim lawyer, have you ever faced any discrimination in the legal field?
Yes. Not to my face. Indirectly, I have.
Indirectly. So what makes
I don't think nobody will come to my face and say anything because they know I've got an answer for everything. But I've seen it. In like a situation where somebody will make a cheeky remark, a joke, a sarcastic comment. I've seen it. I can judge people, and I can judge what they're trying to say without them saying it. I'm a very good judge of character, and I can read between the lines. I'm a lawyer. I can read between the lines, and I can tell what people are trying to say, and they don't even have to say half of what they're trying to say, and I can work out what they're trying to say.
A lot of people say helping criminals is a way of making halal money. So what would your thoughts or views be on this opinion?
First of all, how do you know that they're criminals? How can you
Perfect
portray
answer.
someone?
Perfect answer.
How can you portray someone as being a criminal even before they have faced justice, even before they have been arrested or convicted of an offence? That's haram.
That is haram. Judging.
What people are doing is haram. That's shirk. That's being judged. Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can be the judge.
100%.
Of haram or halal, only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can judge. How can they dare to say somebody's guilty or somebody's a criminal just because they've been arrested? You probably got family members who've been arrested and been released without charge. How would you feel if somebody's judging them? Tell them to come and say it to my face.
As you said, I don't think they will.
They won't. I'll be honest with you, I'll shut them up within 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
30 seconds. That's all it'll take.
So what would you say your best case has been? Like the case that you was assigned, what was like the best outcome?
Not guilty is always the best outcome, but I've got too many cases to talk about. If I start talking about cases to you,
just put it down to one.
Okay.
Any case.
I'll do the most. 2 weeks ago, in Manchester Crown Court, my client was basically charged with conspiracy to murder. Looking at 25, 30 years life finished. He's 30 years old, he would have come out when he's 60 something, 60 odd. You know what I was told by his legal team?
What was he doing?
When he said, I'm innocent.
They told him to plead guilty.
No. They said to him that there are a lot of innocent people in prison. You won't be the only one.
No way. That's deep, you know.
That's what they told him. Then he approached me. And I told him, well, you're going home, son. You're going home. I said, how do you know about the evidence against you is so weak? Let the trial start and I'll show you. Trial started. They were attributing a phone number to him. They were saying a phone number is his, certain phone number is his. So we managed to disprove that. We managed to explain and demonstrate to the judge, not even to the jury. This is halfway through at the trial. Said to the judge, they can't prove that this number.
So how does like a trial work?
A trial works. Let me finish the story. We managed to prove to the judge that at halftime that they shouldn't go to trial because they can't prove that the numbers is, and the judge agreed with this and dismissed the case. The trial works this way. There's the first half is the prosecution half. I just said half-time, the judge dismissed. So after half-time, then we can make submissions that they shouldn't even go any further. That's what happened in that case. There was 8 people, 7 of their cases carried on. My client at home, Manchester Grand Court, accused of murder. He phoned me not long ago to be fair, I missed his call. He used to come down to a video with me. He wanted to get me a gift, I go forget the gift, come down and put in one of my videos. Just to, it's good testimonial, saving somebody's life for 30 years.
Nah, he must be happy with that, man.
He
must be chuffed. Man saving 25 years, man.
25 years,
Come
man.
to you, man. Come to you, man.
Like Tupac says, my brother's busting shots like they lost their mind, like 25 to life never crossed their mind. But it is what it is. That's one of my favourite cases. Every week I have a favourite case. So that's my favourite one.
So we know your favourite case. What would you say your worst case was?
Good question. Again. Worst case.
I think how old this is.
Big fucking cases.
Clients being hard. I can't answer that.
It's very hard to answer.
It's a good question though. I would like to answer.
You can't like pin it down to one.
Someone's.
You don't need to like rough it down like the worst of the worst.
Well, there's a case. I'm not going to get into too much detail, but there's a case where there was 2 victims. There's 2 victims in that case. I'm not going to say what case it was. We managed to prove at the time of the offence, our client was out of the country.
He was out of the country, so he wasn't in here.
He was out of the country. So they said, okay, we believe him that one of them.
He wasn't here.
He wasn't here, but they still proceeded to the second one.
So what happened with the second one?
He got found guilty.
No way.
He got found guilty, exactly. And I generally think that, if one person can lie about something, the other person can lie. The stories are so orchestrated, the story sounded so similar. I was gutted, but it is what it is. The prosecution got one on us, and the innocent man is doing 11 years in prison, but it is what it is, what can we do?
So as you were saying before, would you have to explain how a trial works?
Trial works this way. The prosecution will open the case as their side first, so once they finish, it's half time. After half time, then they have a defence case. Defence case when the defence presents their evidence, so the defendant has a choice of going into the dock and talking, answering questions or not, and then he has a choice of sitting down and not talking. If it's a co-defendant, like a big trial with other defendants in there, then they will all give evidence one by one, and then closing speeches from the prosecutor and closing speeches from the defence barristers. The judge sums up, and then the jury go out to make their decision.
Okay.
That's the trial.
So if someone needs you, when should someone be in contact with you to represent them?
At the very first opportunity they have, so at the police station. They should call out my solicitors, regardless if I am there or not, man. There will be somebody coming to the police station. Just call the firm out, it's my firm. It's my firm. So, look, you've managed to get hold of me somehow, haven't you? Not for a case, but you managed to get hold of me, isn't it? Yeah? There's a brother who just messaged me now. He was arrested. He was arrested for an offence. Good story this. He was arrested for an offence. Nobody said this today this happened, so fresh. Giving you fresh stuff. So he was arrested for an offence a few days ago. We were too busy, we couldn't go. But no, we wasn't too busy. We set some time up to go there. But then he had a change of mind or something. I think he wanted to get interviewed really quickly. It was only a criminal damage, it wasn't a serious case. It was a finable offence, could only got fined anyway. So he went with the duty solicitor. And
What is a duty solicitor?
duty solicitor is basically at the police station every couple of months. You can be a duty solicitor, which means anybody who doesn't have their own solicitor can use the duty solicitor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're being independent. They're still independent. People think that they work for the police, they're still independent. So he said to the duty solicitor, "With Mr. Yakoob?" No, said I'll ask Mr. Yakoob. I knew he wouldn't come. He was right. But anyway, but it was criminal damage, you know. But anyway, so he said, "I want to see Mr. Yakoob. How can I see Mr. Yakoob?" She goes, "You know, you have to contact his office." She says, "What do you want to see? Your case is finished." And guess what his response was?
What was his response?
"I want to see him because I've been watching him, and because of him, I want to go to a masjid and I want to take shahada."
No way.
Yes.
No way. MashaAllah.
Alhamdulillah. So,
Just because it's like me watching your videos, like.
my podcast, my videos, I don't know, I don't. So anyway, they told me that yesterday. This morning, that solicitor from that firm messaged me. She said, "He wants your number." I said, "Yeah, give it to him, no problem." Took my number, phoned me and spoke to him. He's coming to see me tomorrow.
No way.
We'll go to Jummah together, inshallah.
Inshallah, that is crazy, you know. MashaAllah, that's inspirational, that is, you know.
That's one person who's come forward. There's loads of messages out there on a daily basis, alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
You know, but if anybody, feel free to come speak to me. If you want to talk about Islam, if you want to learn about Islam, I'm not the most knowledgeable, but I've got a way of explaining stuff which people like, I think.
So
I assume they like it.
Yeah, so even like Islam, how would you say Islam was like your career?
Without Islam, I wouldn't be where I was. Never ever.
100%.
Never ever, alhamdulillah. Because it just clarifies everything. It makes everything so smooth. I get up, pray Fajr, go to the gym, come here, then lunchtime I'll pray Zuhur. After that, I've got that period 3 something, I'm going to pray Asr. It just goes around. My life, my work life, everything is balanced around namaz.
Yeah, that's how it should be, man.
Hayya ala salah, come to prayer. Hayya ala falah, come to success. Without prayer, there is no success.
Without prayer, there is no success.
وَمَا تَوْفِيقِ إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ. My success can only come from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I've got a big poster of that upstairs, a canvas upstairs in my room. You can have a look at it. Take a
See,
picture.
I'm definitely going to take a look at that.
Have a picture of that. It's upstairs. وَمَا تَوْفِيقِ إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ. I've got a canvas upstairs, yeah. So I look at that every morning. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. But with the social media, how would you say social media has helped you?
I think every business should be on social media. If you're not on social media, you're not doing something. It's a form of advertisement. There's not. You can never do too much marketing. You can never do too much marketing, and you can never spend too much money on marketing.
Yeah.
So marketing is important for any sort of
Because
business.
it's like building your brand even more than it is really building.
Of course, yeah, marketing is very important. So I urge every business who is not on social media, get on social media. If you're not on the internet, that's even worse. Get on it, make a website. It's the way forward.
So what made you like come into the social media game? As you were saying, you've only been on it for like 2-3 years.
During COVID, everyone got on social media. I used to see clowns getting millions views. Just there chatting bubbles and just getting millions views. I was thinking, do people actually like that? Let me actually start talking sense.
Yeah.
They might like it more. So I start talking sense.
Blew up at that.
I love
People loved it more.
Alhamdulillah. Yeah, you just have to talk sense. If people like it, they like it. Be yourself.
Yeah.
I said that to everyone. Be yourself. You have to be yourself. Don't act like something else
Yeah.
on social media. I really know what you're like. How long have we been going for?
How long is it on for?
25 minutes.
Yeah, bang on. This is good.
You only paid me for 30.
You've got 5 minutes left.
Follow him on Instagram.
Well, listen, he's gonna pay me. I'm joking. I'm gonna pay me. I'm gonna make sure everyone subscribe to his page.
He's got good questions, He's got good questions.
Very good question.
Very good question. I've never had him like in a podcast say, that's a really good question.
No, you know what? He's watched all my podcasts. He's watched them. I know he's watched
I
them.
watched the one with after hours. I watched that one.
Yeah, he's watched that one. So he's
I
seen
checked
what people
that one
ask me normally. And it's annoying when people ask the same question. Not annoying, but it's just repetitive, isn't it?
Everyone's already seen it.
Yeah, it's repetitive.
So on to the next round. This is a would you rather round. So like we can get like a little insight of his personality a bit. So the first question is, would you rather lose your sight or lose your memories? And obviously why? We need to know why as well.
That question has just, I feel like crying from inside.
You just like it, so.
No man, I feel like listen, wait man, I actually feel like crying. You know why? Just to think how blessed we are, how much Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed us. So I'm not gonna even answer that question, you know.
Would you rather have more time or more money? Well, we all know what the answer will be. Time.
Because you never know how much time you have left.
Yeah.
You always know how much money you have, but that can check now, but not rest of time. But the thing is, you don't have much time left there. So when you're giving someone your time, you're giving them a very, very expensive thing, a very expensive gift. Money you can give to anyone, anybody. Money is not important. Time. Be careful who you give your time to. Be careful.
I think that's the main thing, you know. Be careful who you give your time to.
Be careful, because some people don't appreciate. You have to give to people who appreciate.
A lot of
You
people
have to.
appreciate nothing.
A lot of people don't appreciate nothing. You have to give the time to people who appreciate it.
Because you could be putting it all into something and get nothing like that.
Nothing. Don't expect people to treat you the way you treat them as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Never. Don't.
So this question is a bit of a funky one. I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit of a funky one.
Funky, don't get funky on me, my man.
So would you rather have skin that changes colour based on your emotions, or would you rather have tattoos appear all over your body whenever you lie about something?
There would be shitloads of tattoos all over. I'm joking. Yeah, I don't mind about the skin changing the colour because
That's whenever like your feelings change.
Alhamdulillah, I'm good man. I like that.
They should probably say the same colour. You're always happy, isn't it?
Yeah. Have to. I'm always blessed.
So on to the last question of this round. So would you rather never age physically or never age mentally? And obviously we need to know why.
Very good.
We need to know why.
Physically or mentally, aging mentally comes with dementia. Memory loss comes with all sorts. I think mentally.
Why would it be?
Because the body will age anyway, regardless. But mentally, if you're still young at heart and you still recognize, because I know people who are elderly, and they don't recognize certain people now, and it's very sad to look at them. I don't want people to feel sorry for me.
Yeah.
That would be the main reason. So mentally, I think I would never age mentally. I would rather not age mentally. But physically, it's going to happen now, you know.
So guys, that's been a wrap of this episode. So if you ever need to reach out to my man Ahmed, Maurice Andrew Solicitors.
Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, put it all in.
Yeah, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe. And
Make sure you subscribe to him, please. He's a good kid, you know, alhamdulillah.
Comment down below who you want to see on the next video.
And remember, there's a defense for every offense.
There's a defense for every offense.